Good morning. Ah, I can't hear you. No, 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 sorry.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Yeah, nice to see you again.
yeah, good
Happy
morning, good
morning.
morning, good morning. Okay, sorry, yeah, now I can hear you. Okay, so where are you in Hong Kong? Whereabouts are you?
Belmar here, and I'm in my university. I'm now in the common room.
In the common room.
Yeah.
Wow. We used to have common rooms when I was at school about 900 years ago. That was like, wow, that's fantastic. Okay. I watched that video last night before when I got into bed. I just watched that video, right? It's very quite interesting.
Yeah.
But what I didn't understand, Maria, was the the Chinese equivalent of Shakespeare. Is that a real person or a fictitious person?
The um is real person that called Tang Xianzu, but he created Du Linyang and Liu Chongmei that all the fake person, like Romeo and Juliet.
Ah, okay. Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I've sent that to a couple of my other friends in China to see what they think about it. But I've not heard anything back yet from them. I think they're quite busy today. Maria, is Sunday a studying day for you, or is it a free day?
No, it's a free day for me. Because I have a day off, so I have Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday is all free.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's great. So like, okay, for example, today, what will you be doing today? Well, it's like about 20 to 1 now in Hong Kong. Yeah. So what will you do this afternoon or this evening?
It depends because my roommates want me to buy a box to put our pot in it. So maybe we'll go to down the mountain. We will go to Ink to buy some box.
And Ink is a shop, is it?
Yeah, it's a sweetness shop.
Sweetness.
Sweetness.
Do you mean the country?
Yeah, the country.
Ah, okay. Here you go.
Yeah, Swedish.
Yeah, it's a Swedish shop. Yeah, Swedish. Yeah. Okay, maybe what you could do, right, when you're downtown, you could buy yourself an American football. Yeah. Okay, and then the next time your flatmates want to do something, you could go outside onto the field, and then you could practice American football together.
Yeah, I think I like watching it, but I hardly to play it because it's really dangerous to me, and it will lost a lot of energy. I think if I play one times maybe I was so tired and quickly fall asleep.
Well, that's good, right? If you've used energy up, that's good, right? That's getting fit, getting strong, yeah?
Maybe too much.
But yeah, maybe too much. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh dear. I can't so because I've not been to Hong Kong for 20 years, I guess. But I went to Hong Kong quite a lot, maybe like 5-6 times on business trips from London. Do you think that Hong Kong has changed very much in the last few years?
Yes, I think the government be very for example, the center. You see the old center is old and is narrow, but now the government have called a part of government called what was called the old city reconstruction. Reconstruction.
Yeah, reconstruction. Very good. Yeah.
Reconstruction, and then the reconstruction the center. Now the center have the skyscraper, a lot of skyscraper. Not like the old time, they only have a small house and very old, and it's dangerous like the something will fall down, the building will fall down, something like that. So the government recontribution that, and to make center more fashion and more which were more new looking, fashionable, modern, but not like that. It's now the center are full of the building for the bank, so it's make the center as the financial center of Hong Kong.
Yeah, so that's where I would, when I was in Hong Kong, that's where I would have gone. To go, because I always met people in banks, or I met shipping companies and stuff like that in Hong Kong. Do you think, are there more people living in Hong Kong now than there was a few years ago? Is it like really busy there?
Yeah, as the government policy, there are more people live in Hong Kong now than before. About 7 million people. 7 million people live in Hong Kong, this small city, and for the last few years, Hong Kong are building very faster, and the people in the street, you can see that they walk very faster to go to work and do anything fast. But the funny thing is they are waking up very late. Like they will go to work at 10 a.m. in the morning, but they are very busy.
Okay, I understand that. In your studies about finance and economics, do you follow the markets at all?
Actually, I do not have a course that including market, but in my paper, I should to recognize I should write down the market, but actually I don't have any systems about the market.
Okay, so what do you mean by you don't have any systems about the market?
System to learn the market.
Okay, now but you're interested in finance, and you're interested in stocks and shares, or maybe or you're not. You are interested in that, yeah? Is that fair?
Yes, I'm interested in finance and the economic, but it's just like part of it. Not. I don't like mathematics. I can see that. So I only like the part without mathematics.
Okay, so then, all right, I understand what you're saying, because I talk to one Chinese girl. She lives in Vancouver, in Canada, and she spends all of her time. She's doing her ACCA accountancy exams. She's also trying to do ELTS, and also she just passed her FRM. Do you know that FRM? Well,
I think it's examination for the finance.
Yeah, it's an examination and all the things you don't like. It's all about the math around.
Oh.
So she did that, and she told me that she had to. It's a 4-hour examination, and you have to remember 170 formulas. Crazy, right?
Crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't do that. If teacher told me to do that, I will be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh no, my God, I don't want to do that, please.
Yeah.
Oh, so if I have this in my final exam, I will be thinking, oh no, help me, God, help me, don't let me do that. Yeah.
No. What do you generally what do you think about the economic outlook in the next year, especially in China?
The increasing of GDP of China now, they are slowed down to like 6%, but they're still increasing. So I think maybe will be better, but it's to depend on the GDP, not the happiness of people. If we look at the happiness of the people, they're different. The policy to what's it that the human rights, no human rights, the
social freedom,
social freedom, no, it's welfare.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, welfare, the welfare of the people, their lack of law to protect, lack of the policy or the law to protect. So I think if we can do better in the human welfare, the children or left do you ever hear about the left behind the children in the village?
No.
Is the left behind the children is which parents go to the city to work and left their children with their grandparents in the village. They are lack of the love of parents. They are lack of education, and they are like they hardly to see their parents. They are living with their grandparents, so they need to do a lot of hard work. They need to do the farm work to help their grandparents. So, and because of the education in the village is very poor, the lack of education, so there are lots of volunteers are helping them to access to education. It's really hard to say what's the economic can be changed. There some problem will appear to the iceberg, because you can see the iceberg is appear to the one part. You can see that the problem, I would call that the problem where you can see that no.
Okay, the problem is under the surface.
Yeah, under the surface, and then now, iceberg now is up to the surface.
It's coming up. Okay, Maria, what you just described about the children in the village living with the grandparents, that is exactly how I would say 80% of the social infrastructure is in Thailand. That's how it is. Yeah, like it's just there's so many. Yeah, it's exactly the same. And of course, these people, the left behind children, right? That what you said is 100% accurate, and they are never going to get a chance. Then they're going to be struggling all their life, which is really, really sad, really. And like when I first came here to live in Thailand, it was like, oh, it's great, it's lovely, it's fantastic. But the reality is that I think Thailand is one of the saddest countries on earth. It's just like how I think I might have said yesterday, these people just get treated so awfully, so badly by their government and the rich people. But anyway, let's not get depressed. Let's keep happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you actually? Okay, you said I know you can't play American football. Why don't you organize your own team?
I never to think of it, but it's really interesting. Yeah.
You could actually. I don't know. I'm just sort of thinking, right? Maybe. Okay. Well, are you still going to be doing voluntary work in the future?
Well, pardon?
Are you still planning to do voluntary work in the future?
Yes, I am planning to do some voluntary work in the future.
In which country?
In which country? It depends. I want to go Thailand again because I think that the children there is really. I really love the children there, and it seems so sad that the people there, they are so poor. The temple will give them the school, give them something to eat, and give them the school let them to learn knowledge, but the really lack of education. It's hard to say one classroom only have one teacher teaching
40, 50 kids, right?
Yeah.
And the kids are up the back sleeping and stuff like this. Yeah.
And the age of them to access to education is really older than the international student will get their education. Like I teach in the primary school grade 5, and I see that a lot of students are almost 13 years old, pretty older than the grade 5 in Hong Kong or in mainland China.
Yeah, it's very so you see the same Thailand as what I know there is. Yeah, it's really and there is quite, I think there is a reasonable amount of wealth in Thailand. There's some very, very rich people, and they could easily help some of these people and help their country progress and move forward. But basically, they don't want to. They like the rich people in China. They like it that they've got these millions of people that are not educated, haven't got any money, cannot have ideas. Wow, weird noises. Okay, cannot have any ideas and not allowed to think. Right. I did when I first lived here. I started doing English classes for the kids in the village that I live in, and of course they came into my house, and I got myself a little blackboard so I can, and I started teaching them like the basics of English. I've got lots of little children's books I've got from England, so I could give them stuff like that. And when I first started speaking to them, it was like they came into my house and they're sitting there and they're just going, and they're just staring at me like I'm some kind of like, well, I don't know what, but and it took me, I had one little girl, she was about 7, and it took me about 3 months to get one word out of her. Right, every time I asked her a question, but she'd never speak. She talked to her little friends in Thai, but she never speak. Right, and I gave her these like the children's books, which has got like 3 big words on the page, like in the bed or in the garden, right? And I would sit with Lil and I'd go all this, and I'd give her the book to go home. Next week she'd come back, in the garden, in the park. Nothing. She just looked at me. And then this went on for about 3 months. And then one day I said, in the park. And then she went, in the park. I nearly cried because it was like, she actually spoke for the first time in 3 months. It was like, oh, and it's just so, it was so fantastic that she would actually speak. And I got them after about 18 months, I would say, of teaching them. Their English is obviously coming up quite a lot, but still very basic. But I actually got them to actually say, why? They could actually ask why. What do you mean? It took that long to get them to actually sort of think back to me, and it's just, it's really very, very sad that they're actually educated not to ask questions?
Yeah, the same in China or in Hong Kong. It's like we are get education. The culture of us is not to defeat the teacher, only to listen, not to speak or to improve, to express our feelings to the teacher. We just receive, not to give. And when we receive a lot of things, but we can to express our mention, our thinking, we just to receive something. So it's like pretty different with the Western country, and they will to very brief to talk to someone they feeling, they thought. We are just to tolerate everything, because this is our culture to teach us to tolerate.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And it's totally wrong, right?
Yeah.
Totally wrong.
No. Sometimes it will give us better things, because some you boss will like you to listen to him or she, not to fight, argue with he or she.
Sure.
Your boss will like it. You teacher will like it, but it's not have any benefit for you own growth thing.
I agree. Totally agree. Yeah. Okay then. So Maria, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do? Don't answer the question. Don't answer the question. It's like that's an unanswerable question, really. Okay. So this afternoon you're off to buy some boxes.
Yeah, I want to buy some boxes, but it depends on which one we are to. If they have the one we want, I will buy it. If they don't have any boxes like we want, we will hardly to not buy it.
Are you going to IKEA?
IKEA, yeah, I will go into IKEA.
Ah, okay, all right, yeah, that's good. That's really good. Okay, I think our time is already up. I've already got someone else ringing me. Maria, am I going to see you again sometime?
Yeah, see you again.
Cool.
At next week.
Okay, great. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Yeah.
Yeah, wish you too. Yeah.
Okay.
See you.
All right. Bye, Maria. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.